Hey, I'm Rohan Hall. I'm the founder CEO of Genie. Genie builds AI software and technologies for companies, and we also do education to teach people about AI and AI skills. We focus more on the business side of AI education. So for entrepreneurs and business owners that would like to learn about AI, then that's what we offer. But I'll give you a little background about myself. I was born in Jamaica, and my family migrated to the USA when I was a teenager to chase the American dream. Just like so many families from all over the world does. And so we lived in an area in Miami, not the best of areas. It's the kind of thing that you'd see in the gangster movies, right? They're guys on the corners selling dope. They're cops, around, their gunshot. There are all these things, right? So I kind of grew up in one of those really, let's say, challenging neighborhoods, right? And so it was really an interesting thing when a guy showed up once in my high school, and it was a black dude, and he had a suit on, and I didn't know the guy. I don't even remember the guy's name, but it was very interesting. He kind of walked in, and very confident, and after he gave a pitch about college, and one of the only thing I remember the guy saying is that, hey, you know what? If all you want to make is $50,000 a year, don't even worry about going to college. I'm like, only 50,000. I mean, in my neighborhood, like, I know my family, nobody made that kind of money, right? So that was one of my big motivations to go to college, and I did. I went through college. I did the whole trip. Worked for the large Fortune 500 companies, including HP and Oracle, PeopleSoft, Avery Dennison, Robert Half, a bunch of different companies, Corning, where I built a variety of different technologies for them. So I've done that for quite a while. About a year ago, I decided that, okay, you know what, enough is enough. It's time to do something different. So I resigned from my role as the Chief Technology Officer, CTO of a publicly traded company that we built blockchain technologies, and it was just time to do something else, right? So what was interesting about that is that the very same day that I turned in my resignation, a huge company called FTX in the blockchain crypto space went bankrupt, just went belly up. And there's a significance to that, right? Because they brought down the entire industry with them. So all these amazing opportunities to get funded for your projects and to partner with, I knew everyone in the industry. All of those opportunities just died with it, right? And every other project I knew was trying to get funded. It was just really, really rough time. So that was like Q1, last year, 2023. So it wasn't such a long time ago. So after, several months of just really not being able to do the things that I want to do, the industry I was in, which is blockchain, just died. Everyone that was doing any kind of NFTs just bellied up as well. One night at 4 a.m., I was just literally depressed, right? I woke up, I couldn't sleep. I went downstairs in the living room, and I'm just reading stuff, right? I like reading, I read a lot, right? So I'm just reading stuff, some articles online. And one article caught my attention, right? And the article was from this guy, and I didn't know who he was, honestly. But his name is Matt Higgins, right? And so this is really, really kind of interesting because what caught my attention was that Matt's perspective was that if he were to, he's a millionaire and a CEO of his own company, a venture company. And he's also an author. So he's a Shark Tank guy. He's one of those guys that, with Mark Cuban and them on Shark Tank. And he also wrote a book, a bestseller called Burn the Boat, right? So I didn't do anything that night. The next morning I woke up, I'm like, wow, damn, what if he's right? What if this is it? And I should know better because I'm in the tech space. And so I said, let me do some research. So I started researching because I knew AI, but I didn't know generative AI, right? There's a difference, right? Um, and so I started researching, started deep diving. So I literally spent the next few months doing nothing else but started out with just taking some AI courses, then start writing AI code and start just breaking stuff and pushing the boundaries to see just how deep do we go with this generative AI stuff. And then once I really got a full understanding of what it is this technology did, I was like, wow, this is just impressive. This is amazing. Everything has changed. Like, not everything will change, everything has changed, right? That it's impossible for anyone in this country, the United States, or anywhere that will not be impacted by AI. It's just not possible that you will not be. And you already are starting to see this, right? Because it goes so deep that all the things that we do now, I can't, think of it this way. When the dot-com came about, what really happened was that you had to rebuild everything, right? All the tech out there really had to be rebuilt because this thing called the web and the browser. And so it literally changed everything, right? So I've been around that long that I remember what the world looked like. And I was developing software for HP at that time. And so I was really, really early seeing that. Well, what's going on now with AI is nothing less than that. In fact, I think it's probably going to be bigger and broader than that. That if you're not involved with AI, you're going to have problems. You definitely will, right? Because I can promise you that within the next year or two, not even the next 5 or 10 years, right? That if you don't have AI, you should be concerned. If you don't know at least the basics of AI, you should be concerned about your livelihood, right? Because those that do know will get those privileges, and those that don't know will most likely get the boots, right? And now you're competing not only with other human beings, you're competing with AI. And so what we've been doing, we built a tech company around AI, but here's what's cool, right? All the things that you would need to spend a lot of money on, that where I would need to go and get funding, $1 million or two, which I have had done for other companies. You don't need to do it anymore, right? VCs, you guys are going to be in trouble because now entrepreneurs that are creative and resourceful, they're able to build entire companies and will build entire companies without the need for all this external funding, right? So some of the things that we're doing, we've built technology to just generate traffic, right? Thousands of blogs, right? We're using AI for marketing, for sales, for everything that we do, customer support, right? And so what happened is that after, people that I know in the industry and friends asking me about, hey, what are the things that I can do with AI, and explaining and going through that, someone is like, why don't you just put together a course, man? And I'm like, I've done a lot of corporate training. I've done education in high school level, in university level. And so that's really what this course is about. This course is not teaching you how to do Python or something like that. This course is really targeted to business owners, professionals, entrepreneurs that want to really get into it, that want to really understand it. And if you think that you're not able to do it, if you're thinking that, I can't learn this, well, I can tell you, one of the cool things from this course is that all the things I had to go through to get up to speed, you don't. Because I've really taken all of that information plus everything else that I know, which is I've been in tech for quite a while, and I've made it so simple, so easy. I'll tell you how easy it is. You'll learn what I use a lot of the Marvel references, right? In Iron Man and or with Jarvis, or any of those different pop cultures. What kind of AI is that, right? So we kind of get into that. So we're using very current, modern examples to explain these concepts, and then we have different kinds of work exercises for you to go ahead and play around with that. So this is really, really cool. I think you'll really enjoy the course. And so let me tell you about some of the things that were included in this. Yeah, so you need to be upskilled with AI. If you don't, it's just, you're going to get left behind. I mean, you just will, right? There's just no way around it, because everything that we've known so far is about to change, has already changed actually, and that's what we cover. So the first thing is you need to understand just the basic fundamentals, right? I'll tell you how important this is. There's a bill now in Congress called the AI literacy bill that Congress is trying to pass a law, which they probably will do that this year, on 2024, that will basically mandate that high school and colleges will need to teach AI to everyone. Why? Because the US government is very concerned that they will not be able to compete globally if they do not get the citizens of the USA upskilled and up to speed with AI. And you'll see that across the world. All the other countries, I know Europe is heading in that direction as well. So the minimum you'll need to know is what we call AI fundamentals, right? So what are some of the key phrases? What are some of the key terms that they're using AI? And so we teach you that again, in a non-technical way that makes it very easy for you to understand. That alone is worth huge, as far as how it could affect your career. On top of that, we're also building out our AI network. So these are different, we have our own data scientists, we have different partners, we have different businesses that are part of our network. So we're exposing that to you so that you can have a community of like-minded people to help support your growth and your education with AI. So we're including that. The whole class is a wealth master class. And so you can think of this as a course, that you can take and not just upskill from a AI concept and technology point, but also what's going on from a business point of view. So that's the focus. So we understand that not everyone is going to want to run out and start a business. You may have a job, but you may want to just do some side hustles, right? And so side hustles in the past were not super, depending on what you're doing. But with AI, we found a whole bunch of side hustles you can make a lot of money from. So we cover over 30 different side hustles. You can make tens of thousands. You could probably make over 100,000 with some of those side hustles, right? Using AI technology. So we cover those things for you. So you can just go ahead and get into the course and deep dive, and then you can start experimenting with those and to start making some money on the side, without having to risk, other things that you're doing right now. We have a model called, in the course called the $1 Million Business Opportunities, right? And this is targeted more for entrepreneurs that, what's the next idea? What can we do with AI? What kind of tech companies can we build, right? You don't have to be a technologist to be able to understand that. So we kind of jump into that, and we start, expressing and sharing things that entrepreneurs should be thinking about regarding building companies that could be worth millions of dollars. And I believe personally that we will see the next set of you'll see the next set of millionaires and I think possibly even billionaires over the next 5 to 10 years, primarily surrounding AI technologies. So not promising that we're going to make you a billionaire or millionaire, but this is definitely what people, and we know this, by the way, regarding what kind of things are being built, because that's what we do. That's our business. We build these technologies for clients. Clients come to us and say, we would like to build a technology. Either they're an entrepreneur or a startup or some corporate, and we actually build those technologies from ground up, and they take those technologies and they put it into the market. And so we know what's being done in this market. We look at AI and we think of AI as the game changer, and it is. But AI is just one of the many emerging technologies that are emerging today. And when we start having these technologies converge, so for example, AI converge with quantum computing, AI converge with blockchain, converge with nanotechnology, converge with neuromorphic computing. These are all things that are happening today. And so AI is just the first step. It's just the beginning of a much bigger, broader thing that's going on. If you're an investor, you need to really get this. You need to really get this. You really need to really get this, right? Because these are the companies that are going to be emerging as well, the CEOs that understand this and understand how to put together the right teams to be able to take advantage of these different technologies emerging together and conversion, then this section alone is worth a fortune. Once you go through it and you kind of get what's going on, this will open your eyes to the future, not just today. The big talk of the town for the last year is ChatGPT and generative AI. I think many people understand it at a very high level, and maybe able to do some basic prompting. We go into details about what's going on with vision, with audio, with video. We look at the different models. What's going on with Claude. Just today, Gemini got dropped, which is another model from Google. So there's a lot going on with that, Stable Diffusion, Mid-Journey. There's so much going on with that. So we kind of like break that down in the bite sizes for you to kind of get up to speed and understand that. We go through different AI use cases, supply chain, manufacturing, retail. We go through different job opportunities. Some folks just want to, keep the job and get to the next promotion. So we help you to look at this and understand the skills that you want and whether some of those jobs you should be focusing on. Ethical concerns are really a big thing as well. We deep dive into that. This is a concern for every country and for most citizens regarding how will AI affect you and what are the ethical concerns for that. So we address that in the course as well. We also realize that more and more people are starting to experiment with prompts, but most people are doing it wrong, and that's why you're getting the wrong results, right? There's right ways and wrong ways to do it. And we're building these things into our technology, so we probably know more about this than most people do. So we start off with just the basics of prompting, and then we get into more advanced prompting as well. If you were to add the value of all of these things, it's huge, right? It's very, very huge. So you should just really come and check out the course and go through it, sign up. See if this is something that will be beneficial to you, which I really believe that it will. And I will be available along with my team to help hold your hand and to help you through the process as well. And feel free to reach out. And in the time, again, my name is Rohan Hall, and I'm the founder CEO of Genie. And I look forward to getting to meet each and every of you. All right, thank you. You guys have a great day.